almost want to indulge in it and enjoy it. And for some reason, people just love to hate. And obviously, if a celebrity is being brought down a peg because they like actually did something, you know, like assaulted someone or something like that, then that is a completely different story. But I do think that when people are just hating on these celebrities so much, it's like, I think they genuinely don't recognize that they also have feelings. I mean, most recently, the Rachel Zegler hate train happened, and, you know, that was literally just a brigade of people who just thought it was okay to send this woman death threats and harass her online for months just because they thought she was a little annoying. It's like, I'm pretty sure she's like a theater kid. Like, we're all a little annoying. And let me be clear, okay, I think that she is a very talented young woman who is, you know, just getting used to being in the spotlight, and I really don't think that she did anything wrong to warrant the amount of hate that she was getting. Like, that was crazy. So finding success in the entertainment industry can be a great thing, but if you get super, super popular, you just have to prepare yourself for the inevitable onslaught of hate that you most likely will get at some point. And today we have with us aspiring actress Amanda Wang. Everybody give Amanda a warm welcome.
Hi.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Of course. We always love to have new talent on the show. You know, it's so inspiring to see, starving artists. Thank you. Anyways, I do have some pretty exciting news that I would like to announce. I actually just booked the lead in the upcoming fantasy franchise, The Dragon Warrior, and I'm going to be starring alongside Lucy Liu. So you're going to be super mainstream and in the spotlight now, is what you're saying. I mean, I guess so, yeah. I'm sending you my thoughts and prayers. What? All right, let's take some questions from the audience. Hi. So I wasn't gonna ask this before, but now that I know you're gonna be like super popular, I was just wondering, do you think you deserve it, and why should I care? Sorry, I meant to say you don't deserve it, I do not care, and we will not be watching. Valid. Okay, next question. Hi, why does woke Hollywood insist on casting non-white people for everything? And why are you ugly and flat-chested, and will you apologize for that? No, that is a great question. I love your spirit of inquiry. Well, first of all... All right, next question. You're a whore, and I think that you should die in a meat grinder accident. Oh my God, are you really gonna let people harass me like this? Listen, it's better you get used to it now. And obviously, even though people don't want to be the target of negativity and hate, there is that sort of rhetoric of like, if you have haters, that means you've made it. And I think that a lot of people might even be a little bit glad to have their first batch of haters, because that means, wait, I'm popular? It's almost like a flex to have people hate on you, because it means, hey, I'm big enough to have haters. Some people are probably even happy to have their first hater. You know, I'm sure that there's a SoundCloud rapper out there somewhere who's reading his first hate comment and he's like, thank you, I've made it to the promised land. I even remember feeling that way when I got my first hate comment. You know, at first I was like, aw, this person thinks I'm ugly and not funny. That sucks. And then I was like, wait a second. Why is Gary Johnson from Wisconsin trying to take me down a peg? I guess that means I'm at a higher peg. I don't know if his name is Gary Johnson, by the way. That was a joke. I don't remember his name. You know, I should have screenshotted it so I could have, you know, printed it out and framed it and put it next to my degree. So it all depends on the context, obviously, but sometimes when you're getting hate, it's like, maybe this is an indication that I'm on the right track and I'm getting more popular. Ugh, this person is getting too happy and too successful. I don't like that. Kill yourself. Hey, did you just tell me to kill myself? What? No. Well, yes, but wait, how did you get in here? So it is you. Wow. Okay, well, you know, I just wanted to come here personally and say thank you. What? You are my first ever hater. Okay, I mean, this is amazing. I couldn't thank you enough. It's like such an honor. Wait, you're happy that I left you a hate comment? Yes, of course, okay? It means that I'm climbing up the social ranks of a random nobody as harassing me online. I'm not a nobody, okay? I have a podcast. Yeah, right. You and half the nation. Anyways, I want to remember this moment, okay? I want to take a picture. Say, kill yourself. Kill yourself. So moving on from celebrities to pieces of media like music and movies, I think a big reason as to why people hate popular pieces of media is because of the need to feel different and also overexposure. In regards to overexposure, I mean, it's pretty true that if something is being shoved down your throat, you're gonna want to cough it back up. I feel like this is especially true for music. I feel like when Call Me Maybe came out in 2012, so many people were wishing that the Mayan calendar was right and that the world would just end in 2012 so they wouldn't have to hear that song anymore. Or, kids' songs like Let It Go from Frozen or Baby Shark, those songs had parents ready to give up their kids for adoption. So while I do understand the overexposure aspect of hating something that's popular because you're just tired of it, I do think that there is a portion of people who also hate on things that are popular, not even due to overexposure. It's not even that they're tired of it. They don't even let themselves be exposed to it in the first place because they want to be unique and they want to be different and they just have no interest in, seeing things or listening to things that appeal to the general public on a super large scale. I think sometimes when people hate on popular stuff, it's because they want to feel and be perceived as special and, not a part of the herd or something like that. No, I don't like Taylor Swift because she has tens of millions of fans and I'm not gonna be one of them. Wake up, sheeple. I remember seeing this one tweet that was like, I still haven't seen Squid Game and at this point I'm just not gonna watch it to be able to say that I haven't seen it. And these people are probably the same types of people to be like, yeah, my favorite film is a Norwegian senior thesis film that you've probably never seen and my favorite band only has 38 monthly listeners on Spotify. If you're publicly making it a point to declare your dislike for this particular popular thing, are you just sharing your opinion because that's, just the nature of the internet? Or are you trying to make a distinction between yourself and the rest of the general public? And maybe you're trying to do both, and at the end of the day, it's the internet. You can say whatever you want. It's just something that I've noticed. But I don't know. I mean, you guys know that there's no prize for having the most niche interest or, there's no prize for hating on popular things. Have you ever seen Gossip Girl? No, I don't watch things like that. Like what? Things that are mainstream. Okay, well then what do you watch? Well, you've probably never heard of my favorite show. Try me. Martin Squogmeyer's Home Videos, only available through VHS. Who the fuck is Martin Squogmeyer? A boy who used to live in my neighborhood. His home tapes are your favorite show? Why? You've never heard of it, I assume? Well, no. I've never met Mr. Squogmeyer. Oh, typical! Typical. Oh, you're so mainstream. It's cute. I feel like you listen to Taylor Swift, don't you? You probably don't even know who the Taiwanese Vegetable Brigade is. Oh, what is the Taiwanese Vegetable Brigade? So you haven't heard of them. Oh, how that brings euphoria to me. It is an underground group in Taiwan of 17 elderly men who boil an assortment of vegetables and then they stomp on the vegetables wearing spiked shoes while playing the Chinese instrument, the guzheng. And then they keep doing that until their arthritis sets in. There are no women allowed in the group, but guess what? They can't get canceled because no one knows who they are. Okay, what the hell are you even talking about? How did you find these people? Well, I'm always on the hunt for things that nobody else knows about so that I can be the only one who likes it. And well, if something has too large of an audience, I simply am not interested in it. And that's fun for you? No, not really. Now, this is a really specific phenomena, but I did want to talk about it. I've noticed that when big influencers or actors, singers, whoever, if they're getting a lot of negative attention, then there's always somebody, at least one I would say at least 10 people in the audience who are like, yeah, I've never had a good feeling about them. And it's like, really? I mean, this just goes along with the whole, I'm different thing, right? It's like, well, you were worshipping the ground the celebrity walked on and licking at their boots like a little kitten. I was gathering evidence, preparing for the downfall of the empire. And I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm sure it's like, you know, all the other things I've said, maybe these people genuinely